Hey everybody, welcome. This is our first episode in our brand new studio, and we're so excited to be here. We thought about what we wanted to do for the first one, and at the year-end meeting, Karen was going to come and talk about the running club, and we had to end up cutting you out because we were running so far over on time. So I promised her that she could be the first one in the studio. Lucky you.
So 9 months ago, in March, the running club was formed, and we did a half marathon. We did a 10K. We had a great 2019, and we have some races on the schedule now for 2020 for those that are have signed up. And Karen, I'd like you to share a little bit with how the run club started.
Well, it kind of started just as an idea. Dr. Dunn and I were talking about just trying to find a way to get people active and just moving. And so, I don't know, that conversation kind of led into signing up for a half marathon. And then people started jumping on board. And then we made a little Slack channel called Nobody Runs It Better. And everybody started jumping on and running together and holding each other accountable. And we started going. Just the consistency, to do a half marathon is, it's totally doable for pretty much anybody. It's just that you have to be consistent in running, kind of short distances during the week and then a long one on the weekend and making it just a little bit longer every week. And sometimes the couch is just way more interesting or inviting than getting on your shoes and going running.
Dr. Poyfair, do you want to share about your foray into the run
very
club?
honest. I did not found this running club because my experience, and I'm here to share this experience from being and the kind of the life-changing habit that this kind of got me into. I was in March when Dr. Dunn had kind of approached me and said very casually, hey, why don't you run a half marathon with us? And I was like, what? I don't even run a mile, let alone many miles. And that was after a meeting that we had that evening. And my initial response was no, and I didn't want to do it. And then I started to think, and something that resonated with me, and was what Dr. Broughton had talked about at that previous year-end meeting, which was a growth mindset and being a little bit more than what you're used to and getting out of your comfort zone. And I used to run back when I was in my early 20s, and I stopped doing it and I didn't want to do it. And I'm talking about I did not run at all. And there was a moment, and it was I just looked on my activity. It was on March 9th of last year. I said, I'm going to go run. And I ran 3 miles that day and about died. And it was not fun. And it took me a really long time. But I just realized something, that I could do it. And so at that time, I said, I'm going to do it again. But I think it's what Karen was talking about is a consistency. It's really easy. And I think with the new year starting, we're getting into resolutions. It's really easy to quit and to try something new. But I stuck with it. And the one thing that I really find to be a help was the support of everybody in our little run club at Lightdale Studios.
Karen, I know that when we started the last spring, you were into it, you were doing your training runs, and then you went through a period where it was a little bit tougher for you. And you made a conscious decision at one point to go, you know what? No, I'm going to do it. I got to get back out there. I got to get training. Do you want to share a little bit about that experience of kind of, being energized, losing that motivation and coming back to it?
Yeah. I've never been a really good self-motivator. I think I only came to one of the early morning runs. And so I was running mostly by myself, which is something I've never done before. Mm-hmm. I didn't start running until I was in my 40s, and I always hated running, hated running. And so, but when I did start running in my 40s, it was with a group. And so there was a class. It was every Wednesday and every Saturday. And so you were expected, if you didn't show up, someone was going to text you and give you a hard time. And so I did it, but I'd never really done it by myself. And so for this one, my husband was not able to run with me, which was what I had expected when I signed up. And so I had to do a lot of it by myself. And so I started out really motivated and I was super excited. And then it started getting hard when the distances started getting longer. And I decided I had to make a conscious decision. You know, with many discussions with my husband and everything, I decided, okay, I'm going to do this.
There's something your husband said when I was running the half marathon, and we were around the Cheney Stadium. I was by myself. I was feeling a little defeated because I had not paced myself very well. It's something I learned during the half marathon. And he goes, "Hey, walking's just another gear. It's okay." And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. And it gave me a lot of motivation to finish up a race strong. And I appreciate your husband for that.
I think it's one of the great things about our company that there is this, we view our life as this fine balance between work and life. And it's a beautiful thing that we can do something outside of work together and motivate each other and encourage each other to get healthy and stay healthy. And I'm proud of everybody that's done it and continued to run. So if somebody was saying, I want to try it, like I want to go out and start, I mean, what would you tell them? And I mean, when are we doing it next? And is there anything planned in the future that's formal for helping people to get started if they wanted to get started?
Well, there are a group of people who are signed up for a half marathon. When is it? May?
May 3rd.
May 3rd.
Sunday,
It's
the day after
South Sound Free Dental Day. That's right.
Yep.
I knew that. And there's probably a 5K associated.
There is a 5 and a 10K, but I believe those are on Saturday, on the day of Free Dental Day.
I think you're
but
right.
it's the
I did
Tacoma
look
City Half Marathon on Sunday, May 3rd.
So, yeah, I think there is a group that is signed up for that. And if you wanted to start walking or running now, there's plenty of time to train for it, to do it.
They need to get on the Slack channel, or
Yeah, if they
Okay.
just
Yeah,
request to be on the Slack channel.
You can invite 2 people. I mean,
Yeah.
if you have interest, I mean, we'll invite you to the Slack channel, and
Yeah, just let
you'll
us know.
see everybody's. I mean, again, it's not people kind of get on those and they may think that it's a bragging board. It's not. It's more of a, this is what I did today. This is how fast I went. I put on very slow times, and I said, I just got it done. And it's a wonderful opportunity for us to motivate one another.
Yeah, I never post my times. Especially
if you're having a tough day or a tough week or the weather's not so good and you're sitting on the couch and you go, okay, well, that person went out there and they did it and I know they had a tough day too. It's inspirational, and you go, okay, I can go do something. I can go walk around the block. I can go, even take the kids to the park and run around the toys while they're playing. A little bit is better than nothing. And the
Just
Slack
being-
channel is open, so you can join on your own. Just search hashtag nobody runs it better and click join.
Yeah. There's plenty of time to do it. If you need help, if you're worried about like how fast should you train or anything, just ask us and we can either make you a formal one or help you find a training thing online. There's lots of them out there. Yeah, there's plenty of time to do it.
I wanted to thank you for all the time that you put into it
Yes.
and organizing it. It takes a lot of time out of your work and to motivate people, and sometimes it's disappointing when you think that you're motivating everybody and then nobody responds. So it's thank you for doing it. We got you a little something just to thank you. I hit it.
Did a good job.
Apparently you
hiding
did it very well.
Yeah.
Look at
And it's for this is a it hangs on your wall, and you can put your
I can
Medal.
put my medals.
medals on it.
And your bib.
You
Mhm.
mean these medals right
Those
here?
medals.
Yay!
These are my medals. So
Look
we
at
all
that.
this is the one for the half marathon and this is the one for the 10K. We also got a lovely scarf. So
You're the best.
Yeah.
Thank
And I appreciate everything you've done to. Oh, excuse me.
That'll cost you.
I appreciate everything you've done.
You're
in motivating
fired.
me to flex. Geez, I am just messing up half it all.
Run club.
do it like that.
There you go. And there it is.